Hey guys, this is Canfree15 and I'm back at it with another video for you guys. And we're finally back with another Dragon Ball Super manga chapter review. Man, I really like how the story's going. I really do. You know, this so far, in my opinion, right now, next to the Tournament of Power, is probably one of the best Dragon Ball Super arcs we've gotten. Um, and when I mean I've gotten, my overall thoughts on the Dragon Ball Super arcs, in terms of the new arcs, not the old rehashed retellings we got. The Universe 6 tournament arc, I thought it was good, but all they really focused really on was, really Goku hit in Vegeta in that little battle. They kind of made everybody else, be like, oh, they're just there, and then we're not really gonna care. We're just gonna care about the main players, which were Goku, Vegeta, hit. Then the Goku Black arc, which was really good. Like, I really do like the Goku Black arc, but the ending is the kind of thing that kind of takes it a little bit away because it's like they kind of wrote themselves in a freaking hole, making Zamasu immortal, and there's only so many ways you can defeat an immortal being, and plus everybody can probably come to an agreement that the end of the Goku Black arc is probably one of the most like anticlimactical ways to end off an arc. One, it's cool that the villain won. I have no problem with that, but it's like you just gonna have Trunks, future Trunks in mind, just go to another timeline. If Yeah, that makes no sense. And then Tournament Power, that was honestly, with a few exceptions here and there, it was honest in my opinion. I think the best arc in Super. But I personally think the Galactic Prisoner arc, um, is the best arc in Super we've gotten, and stuff like this. And whenever Super decides to come back, I can't wait to see this arc animated. I really can't. Um, um, and yeah, so it's been a while. It's definitely been a while. I do wish the Dragon Ball Super manga was a weekly manga like on One Piece or on My Hero Academia. We'd be getting like 19 pages per week though. But it would be nice and stuff like that. But hey, it is what it is. We get 45 pages a month, so it progresses the story along just monthly, but it's still something. So anyways, this is the Dragon Ball Super episode, which if you didn't see the leaks already enough, which I saw like only one image of one of the leaks. And this is just the chapter where Moro essentially just whitewashes and beats the Z Warriors like legit down to nothing. Like beats them like like no tomorrow. Like literally they're getting owned. So the title chapter is Dragon Ball Super Chapter 62, Edge of Defeat. Now, Piccolo goes and say like, has 7-3's powers been added to your strength? And Moro's like, of course they have. Then Vegeta comes out of the ground, obviously enraged, and he starts charging at Moro. Um, and the thing Vegeta makes mention is like, well then fine, I'll just use Force Spirit Fission again to try to rip you apart from 7-3. So Vegeta goes in for attacks, and the only problem this time around between Vegeta versus Moro is the fact that since Moro is much more stronger, and the fact that even Moro makes mentions like, now that I know your attack, I'm not gonna let you hit me again. That's not gonna work again, and stuff like that. It's the same. It's the same with any character, any freaking shonen manga or anything. It's like, oh, you use that attack. That ain't attack gonna not work on me again like it worked, the first time. So that's what Moro makes a mention. So, like I said, Vegeta's trying to use Force Spirit Fission, I'm guessing here, but Moro's just easily dodging him and stuff like that. And next thing you know, then Gohan, he goes to make a mention. Well, hold on, he's able to hold on to 7-3's powers for only 30 minutes, and by the time that's it, you'll be able to get the advantage and stuff like that. But then that's when Moro's like, well, yeah, I hate to block you on that, but I get to keep my powers forever. There is no time limit. essentially, and stuff like that. So it is interesting. And then I'm gonna get into a thing later when it comes to that, because to say that I have parallels with Moro and Cell, this says a lot, and I don't think any other Dragon Ball, person in the community has made this comparison. But I'll talk about it later. Anyways, Moro gets behind Vegeta and he grabs him by the neck, and then we see that he has absorbed his ability powers and stuff like that. And since Goku doesn't know about this, about 7-3's copy ability, Gohan tells him like, yeah, if he gets a hold of your neck, Dad, he can copy all of your abilities, what your techniques and everything, and stuff like that. And it's pretty insane. So then this is when Vegeta just gets pummeled. So he takes a shot to the gut, a punch to the face, and then a freaking headbutt. And next thing you know, we see Moro in this position, which is one of the leaked images that we saw like a few weeks ago, I believe. And that's essentially Moro looking to do the Big Bang attack. He does the Big Bang attack and it knocks out Vegeta. So Vegeta's down for the count and stuff like that. And then what I found freaking hilarious is Moro's just a savage, bro. Moro is a savage. He straight up's like, you give this energy attack such a grandiose name, but it's just a regular energy blast. Like, my goodness. And it's funny. I'm like, technically you can say that for a majority of Dragon Ball characters when they fire off energy blast. Their special energy blast. It's just an energy blast that I guess has more, based on the user's power, they concentrate more of their energy into that one blast. That's essentially what it is. I just found it hilarious how he's just mocking the fact that, Big Bang attack, huh? Jesus, it's just a regular energy blast, and stuff like this. Piccolo goes on to say, this is worse than I realized. He's got Vegeta's abilities. That means he can use Force Spirit Fission. And then this is when Piccolo goes on to mention, like, you see, if we needed you guys to fuse to get out of a predicament, you guys could have fused, whether it was with the fusion dance, or the Patara earrings. But now, since he's got Vegeta's abilities, which is implied that he's got Force Spirit Fission, he's able to probably get one hit on Vegito or Gogeta if they were to show up and break them apart like it's nothing and stuff like that. So they're really screwed now. So it cuts back to the Lookout Tower, and obviously the families and everybody else are worried about the others and stuff like that. And Oolong goes mentioned like, yo, so now they got no one else for us to come back in here and fight. Then that's when Dende gets the idea of flying down to the battle zone, which I think is one of the most stupidest ideas ever. And he's like, well, I can just go heal them and restore their energies to make it better. And even Bulma questions like, I don't think that's a good idea. Are you sure about that? Because the reason why she's saying that's like, well, if you die, the Dragon Balls are no more. So why even go out there and risk yourself? But Dende's doing it on behalf of the fact that he's the guardian of the Earth, and he feels like it's his duty to protect the Earth and stuff like that. So I'm shocked that Mr. Popo was totally fine with this. So Dende goes and flies down, but in the same paged panel, we see Krillin saying like, I should have really handed Goku them sensu beans, huh? And he has a bag of sensu beans, and it's like, okay, come on, bro. I'm like, and that's another thing. I'm like, wait, wouldn't you have sensu beans at least on you guys? Like, you think you had the sensu beans prepared, but Krillin has them on him. So, so Krillin's on his way to the battlefield to try to get the sensu beans there. Now, the next panel, Piccolo and Gohan charge and attack Moro, but none of their attacks are doing nothing. Moro just starts blocking them, and he just, kicks them away like they're freaking nothing. Next thing you know, he fires a rapid blast of energy, attacks at Gohan. Gohan blocks them. Next thing, and then Piccolo, he stretches out his arms and he grabs Moro's leg. And then Moro fires an energy blast at him, and then Piccolo's like, it doesn't matter even if I die. I'm not letting go of you. And stuff like that. And then Moro, he goes on to mention, it's like, you do know why I've just kept you alive for this point and purposes, and I'm just here, I'm here to feed on you guys. I'm here to steal your energy from you and consume it. And I'm like, okay, that's yes, that seems like what you would want to do, but why not just kill them right now and eat the entire earth as you know it? The faster you get it done, the faster you can go on doing your other, consuming planet stuff. I'm like, it's the same thing with any Dragon Ball villain. They mess around and toy around with the enemies when they're clearly stronger than them. Instead of just going for the kill, Moro's excuse here is I just want to consume on your energy. Instead of wouldn't it be better just to kill them now, consume their consume their energy. Even just let them go into space, just consume the entire planet's, you know, energy, and guess what? They can't do nothing about it. You have the power. And then this is when we do see Gohan do, I kid you not, do Galactica Donuts. And if you don't know what Galactica Donuts is, that's the in-game move, or it's the move where Gotenks does a donut circle thing, and he just throws it at you, and then he's able to lock you in place. So Gohan um, can do Gotenks' move now. Well, a Gotenks move, albeit it wasn't perfected to an extent because there's one issue with this thing. Now he does do the move, but the thing is this: he ends up only wrapping the attack around one of Moro's arms. Then Piccolo's like, "Now Goku, do it! Unleash your attack!" Next thing you know, Goku does the instantaneous transmission Kamehameha as a Super Saiyan Blue, and Moro turns around. He blocks this, and the reason why I'm saying this is a failed move on Gohan's part is, okay, he managed to do the move correctly, yes, and he managed to hold Moro in place, but he let one of Moro's arms still stay loose. You would think you would have both of his arms locked in place so he can't block the attack. So then Goku unleashes the Kamehameha, and Moro blocks it at point blank. And Goku puts a little bit more, like an extra boost. Now, in the meantime, I'm also questioning, like, so Piccolo's holding Moro's legs down. Wait, isn't Piccolo's arms gonna be like completely obliterated after it's his attack? Which for some reason is still fine, I believe. So anyways, after the blast is over, Moro tanks the hit. There's like legit no bodily damage on him whatsoever. There's like just essentially dust on him. But he sees that his arm is gone. And his arm has been, I guess you can say, you know, it was ripped off because of the blast. This gave me freaking Cell vibes as well here. And essentially, what I figured he did is the fact that he walks up to Goku nonchalantly, and then, like we see in the one manga shot where he stabs Goku through his freaking chest, he stabs him as the arm is regenerating, like legit. And it's like, oh, this is really serious. And then Goku is stabbed. He's been penetrated, essentially, and stuff like that. And that's when I'm like, oh, shoot, he still has Piccolo's ability, doesn't, from when 7-3 first absorbed it. And that's when he goes and mentions, like, oh, yeah, I still have Piccolo's ability. Thanks to 7-3, the 30 minutes with 7-3's power still hasn't, passed with Piccolo's powers. So I can regenerate limbs now. So, and this is when I was like, this was the direct moment when I was like, okay. So, Moro is Cell. Moro is Cell, essentially. And I don't think nobody has brought this up to my knowledge, not yet. But the reason why I say Moro is essentially Dragon Ball Super's version of Cell, and I'm not trying to criticize this point, I'm just trying to say, like, okay, you're somewhat bringing an old character back, but making a somewhat new character, different character. But here's the reasons why this character is essentially a Cell ripoff or a Cell clone. One, his design and his new transformed state looks like Cell enough, especially with the eye bangs too. Two, he can absorb energy, whether since it even a life energy, because first form Cell could absorb your life energy and stuff like that. And three, he essentially can still Moro can still all the Z Warriors, copy their abilities and use them forever, unlimitedly, as feel he as free of use as he can. Which, that's like Cell, who had the abilities of the Z, all the abilities of the Z Warriors in his Cell. So he's Cell in Dragon Ball Super. Moro is essentially a Cell clone with that is more enhanced, essentially, and is a goat. I'm guessing if you haven't seen this comparison already by this chapter now, um, I think it's a done deal. We can all say that Moro is essentially Cell in Dragon Ball Super. So for people who have been clamoring, I want to see Cell in Dragon Ball Super, well, you got a Cell clone right here. Moro can essentially do the same thing Cell can do, plus that. The only difference is he can copy people's abilities on the fly, mid battle, and he can essentially absorb, planetary objects and life energy. But other than that, he's exactly Cell in Dragon Ball Super. So, like I said, if you were clamoring for, I want to see Cell in Dragon Ball Super, Moro is your Cell. Not to try to diminish Moro as a character. I think Moro is a great villain. But when you just strip down the walls and the barriers, and you just look at the facts given to you, he's essentially Cell. He's essentially Cell 2.0. I might get criticism for me saying that, but listen, it's not like I'm wrong. You can just look at the facts. He's essentially Cell 2.0. So, anyways, Goku's obviously stabbed. He's obviously down for the count. And Moro's like, look, I ain't done with you yet. You can't just die. I still need to absorb your life energy and stuff like that. So then Gohan goes into attack to obviously, protect his dad. And this is when Gohan just gets one shot. He just gets the boom, and you're done for the count. So Gohan's done. And I think in this panel shot, I think Gohan lost some teeth here, and he even got his nose broken. So I'm like, dang, that one shot messed up Gohan's face. And here, we're getting some gory, violent stuff here, which I'm liking here. Apparently, I'm gonna talk about this at the end of the video. But apparently, there are some Dragon Ball fans out there who've seen this manga chapter and are seeing the leaks and the spoilers who don't like the fact that this manga is, for apparent or better use, too gory for them. Which isn't that what most people have been asking for Dragon Ball to be? Anyways, Moro goes and say it's like, it seems like you Saiyans receive power boost when, you get mad. Interesting. But at the same time, it's not like you've posed any threat to me anyways. Your power is too weak for me. And stuff like that. So then Dende starts telepathically talking to Piccolo, saying he's on the way and he's going to come here to revive people. But then next thing you know, Moro's like, interesting. Telepathy is another making ability, which we get the confirmation that Moro heard in on the conversation with Dende and Piccolo. And now he knows that Dende is on his way to heal Moro. Now Piccolo's like, no, Dende, go back, go away. You gotta stop doing telepathy, leave. He knows he can hear us. Speaking telepathy and stuff like that. But then this is when Moro does what I might say, probably one of the more unique moves in Dragon Ball straight up. And if I were to make my own fan-made Dragon Ball manga, I would make an actual villain have this type of attack at some point. And essentially what Moro does is he fires like some sort of energy blast. And it forms a barrier, like a barrier. But this time it's not a barrier that like attacks people, like Cell's little barrier did. This barrier essentially contains whatever's in the barrier and you can't get it out unless, I'm guessing, you defeat Moro. So it's an interesting technique, and I've always been clamoring like, I wonder if they ever come up with a Dragon Ball villain that would have an ability where they can just shoot something in the air. It creates like some sort of barrier, and it's like, the only way you're gonna get out of here is if you beat me. And stuff like that. And Moro's like, well, now nothing can get you in or out. You can't escape. Your friend can't get in and heal you, so you're screwed. Either way, you're going to be here till I freaking absorb your energy and you're dead. So yeah. So Dende actually gets there and he touches the barrier and he's like, "What is this? I can't get there." Even Krillin's in the vicinity. He's like, "Oh, come on! Like, what's going on now?" Next thing you know, Moro's just blowing back freaking Jocko and Piccolo, and then hold on a second. Okay, sorry for that. So 17 and 18, they get involved, and then they're down for the count too. Because all Moro does is he's like, boom, he gives them the gun, he gives them the gun look, and he just blasts them point blank, and they're done for the count. So Piccolo looks like he has like some sort of injured arm, and then Piccolo goes on to tell Jocko like, look, I'm sorry things aren't working out, and I'm sorry that we roped you into this battle. But then this is some good moment, a really good moment for Jocko because we all knew Jocko in the past, like in back in Revival of F when he was first introduced, and we know Jocko. He's typically known for being a coward character who doesn't like to get in fights. But Jocko here is like, Piccolo, look, it's okay. We're all in this together. Listen, it's our fault that Moro got out of the prison. So, listen, if I have to die here, then I'm more than happy enough to die alongside you guys and stuff like that. So Jocko here, he's stepping up in the game. And he's like, yeah. So then Piccolo gets the idea, like, he looks like he's gonna, and even Jocko makes a mention, like, wait, are you gonna try to blow yourself up? Which never works. I don't know why these characters now still think, oh, I'm gonna blow myself up and kill us, even if it freaking risks all of us. And the villain, we know the villain. Because how many times have blowing people up work? Nothing. Never. It never works in Shonen. Anyways, that's like the most repeated offense in Shonen where a character tries to blow themselves up to essentially take the villain down with him. It never works. It never works. It never works. Like I recently watched Hunter x Hunter, the Chimera Ant arc. Nejiro did the same thing. They still somehow find a way to bring back the main villain. Sorry for spoilers of people who didn't watch Hunter x Hunter. Sorry. Anyways, and then so anyway, but before Piccolo's supposed to execute that even move, Moro just uses special beam cannon. He gets taken out by his own move, and that's when Piccolo's down for the count. So yeah, and stuff like that. And Moro's like, yeah, that's it for you. No more. I'm done with you. So then, the rest of the Z, not the rest of the Z words, but Goku, Piccolo, Vegeta, the androids, and Gohan are all knocked out. They're all very beat up pretty badly and stuff like that. And then this one, Jocko's all by himself, and he's like, now there's only one more left. That's Galactic Patrol. Next thing you know, Dende's just watching. He's like, this is crazy. This is awful. If only I could do something, And Dende's just saying it's like, I can't even defend the planets. I'm like, what kami am I for Earth? And stuff like that. And next thing you know, there's this little circle that opens up within the barrier, and we see, obviously, we see somebody in an angel outfit, and Dende's like, "It's you." Next thing you know, Juggle pulls out his gun. He's like, "Look, I ain't afraid to die," and stuff like that. So you better back down, right? You better back off right now and stand down. But then Moro's like, look, I just don't even need to absorb your energy. It's probably freaking disgusting, anyways. And plus, you're weak as is. I'm probably just gonna kill you regardless. So then, Jocko fires off his little off his little energy blast. Good, but in the meantime, as Jocko's is doing it, there's another energy gun that fires, and then Moro gets like, huh? And then he ends up blocking that attack, and this ends in a big explosion. Now Jocko thinks um, what just happened here? Am I more powerful than I thought? And then Moro goes on to say, like, you imbibed that shot with your own energy. Next thing you know, we see Mirrors in his Galactic Patrol costume, in his Galactic Patrol outfit, with his gun right there um, as Jocko says, Agent Mirrors, and then Moro says, but you aren't really Galactic Patrol, aren't you? And that's where the chapter ends off with Mirror smiling. So what a chapter! What a chapter! Also, the next chapter won't come till August 20th. Now, one thing I gotta mention. It seems like Moro knows that Mirrors is not a Galactic Patrol member. He knows that Mirrors is of different caliber, which we know Mirrors is an angel. Does Moro know that he's an angel? Who knows? But definitely Moro can tell that he's definitely not Galactic Patrol. So that is interesting. So we're going to have to wait till next chapter to see if that confirms anything. So that also brings the question, does Moro know the god hierarchy in the Dragon Ball universe? Does he know about the gods of destruction, the supreme Kais, the gods of destruction angels? That poses a lot of questions. Like, does he know about the god hierarchy? Does he know about Zeno? You know, it's interesting. It would only make sense for being that, old to know about all that stuff. So, we'll have to see going to the next chapter. I thought this chapter was really good. Well, I thought the chapter was good. And I enjoyed it. Mostly because it's just the Z Fighters getting their butts kicked and all the goriness. For the Vegeta P fanboys who were like, why did Vegeta to do that? I don't think you have to complain because the difference between Goku and Vegeta this chapter is Goku got a little hole ripped in his chest. And, he only got done in legit in one attack. For you Vegeta fanboys, Goku got it worse than Vegeta. So hopefully that somehow makes it better. I still think Vegeta fanboys are like, I just want Vegeta to win the arc altogether. I guess my predictions also were true in the fact that Mirrors would show up. I figured Mirrors, I even called it, I think in the last chapter review. It's been so long since I last made that video, but I called it that. Mirrors would show up, when it looked like Goku and the others are about to die or lose. There you go, Mirrors is right here, so we could probably be seeing Mirrors' goodbye soon enough in terms of him breaking the law of the angels. And then I guess the last thing I had to say, and like I said, I brought up earlier in this manga chapter review, is that apparently there were some Dragon Ball fans that were for some reason upset and did their typical monthly Dragon Ball complaint about the manga. If it isn't about Taro's writing, or if it isn't about the art style, or if it isn't about the story, it's always something else. You can have I think this is actually one of the better Dragon Ball Super manga chapters we've gotten. And here, the Dragon Ball fans find something to pick apart here. And, it's too gory for Dragon Ball. Yet, I can guarantee you 9 out of 10 times, those are the same people for the anime version that want the Dragon Ball anime to be like what Z used to be, where you just see blood and gore and everything. It's not gory, but you see the blood and everything. And it's like, you get that here in this manga chapter. Why are people complaining? It's like, this is my thing. I said it last week too. Not last week. I said it last month about the Vegeta stuff. It's like, you can't please anybody, huh? You can't please the Dragon Ball community. It's like I said a few minutes ago. You do some things right. You do something the Dragon Ball community asks for. There's something else they always complain about. And it's like, guys, can you just enjoy what we're getting? I'm the type of Dragon Ball fan that I'm just glad Dragon Ball is back and I enjoy it. I know some people say, the writing and it's terrible. I will agree. In some cases, Dragon Ball Super's writing and their story is bad. But at the same time, regardless of it being bad, I still enjoy it for what I'm getting, because guess what? We should even be lucky we're getting this much Dragon Ball still, and if we're getting Dragon Ball period, because technically Dragon Ball shouldn't even be a thing anymore. It's gonna be interesting. That's just my thoughts. So it's like, for the people who are saying it's too gory, just make up your mind on what you want in an ideal Dragon Ball setting. Do you want your blood and guts? Do you want this? Do you want that? It's like I said, you think you have something good, and then the community, or a few members of the Dragon Ball community, just bring up something. I'm not trying to say the Dragon Ball community is toxic or anything, but, when it comes to these issues where it's just, we're going to bring up something here, and we don't like it, when some people clearly ask for it, and Taro gives it to you, why complain about it? Anyways, I think in terms of predictions for next month's chapter, it seems like Mears is going to get involved in the fight now, and Dende's probably going to start healing the others if Moro lets him do that. But I think Moro will let him do. I think Moro is going to be occupied with Miras, so it's going to give Dende the necessary time to heal everybody up and get them back to full power. Now, and it seems like it's going to be a whole team up effort again. But at the same time, it's like, how can you team up when they essentially all got wrecked here? So it's going to be interesting. And the fact, too, that since Moro's got Vegeta's powers, fusion is totally out of the window. So the only way I can see them getting out of this is Miras helping, which would make another god character help them again. Not to say that it's bad, but we've been brought up in this point of the deity-like characters in Dragon Ball Super assisting the main characters. And honestly, I'm not trying to say it, but it's gonna if Miras does end up beating Moro, I'm gonna be kind of disappointed. Like, if Miras can contribute in a way where he badly damages Moro and he can't do anything else yet because we shows up like, we told you, you can't get involved. And then Miras is like, well, at least I badly damaged Moro so the Z Fighters can finish the job. But if Miras straight up beats Moro, then I'm going to have an issue with this because it's like, the godlike characters in this series, your Beerus's, your Whis', your Mirases, they're just the Dragon Balls. It's the last ditch resort, and it would kind of probably resemble a little bit about the Goku Black arc, where you have a character in Zeno just, all right, fine, I'll just take care of your issues and erase Zamasu just like that. And if Miras does that here with Moro, it's gonna be just like that, and it's gonna make everything about this arc not useless, but it's gonna be like, so Miras is the one that defeated Moro. Okay, then why didn't Miras just get involved to begin with in the first place? I guarantee people would say that. It's like, then what's the point of having like 10 plus chapters when you introduce Miras, when Miras is clearly strong enough to take down Moro? Just have Miras take down Moro, and then you save yourself of 10 plus chapters. So I'm hoping Miras doesn't get the final blow and kill Moro, or stop Moro, or beat Moro. I personally think what's gonna happen is Miras gets involved. Whis shows up and he's like, "You broke the laws, Miras." But the thing is, Miras badly damaged Moro, and when Dende reheals Goku and the others, they'll have enough strength to be able to combine their attacks together and work together to finish off Moro once and for all, thanks to Miras' escape. That's how I would probably do it. Who knows at this point how Toritaro is going to write the manga. If he does write the fact that Miras does beat Moro and wins the fight, and everything can go back to normal, I will criticize him for that. I'll be like, that's just terrible, because then what's the point of having all these chapters when you're telling me Miras is that strong to beat Moro? He should have did it when Moro first escaped, which makes no sense. So yeah. Anyways, I thought the chapter was good. I enjoyed it, and I can't wait for next month's chapter. So anyways, I'm going to get out of here. I'll catch you guys in the next video. So if you guys like the video, leave a like. Put in the comment section your thoughts on this manga chapter. Were you one of the people? Did you think this manga chapter was too gory for you? If yes, put it in the comments. Other than I won't criticize you. I promise. I won't criticize you. I'll just say like, it's to each of their own. And also hit the subscribe button if you want to get more Dragon Ball Super manga content. So till then, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to catch you guys on the next video. Peace.